Okay. Okay. So it's been about a weekend, and I guess I have to get back into this because of my own rules. Over the weekend, I've actually discovered something. So you'll see that it has failed this task, and that I expected that. Uh, Interestingly enough, if I go ahead and compile the game now, it will succeed. But if I try to run the scene, it will fail. The reason why that is because I have included these header files, but I have not declared the dependency on the networking files or the implementation file. And the reason why that is because if I do that, then since it's already declared in here, when I go to compile a full game, which takes forever, by the way, so I'm not going to do it, it will give me an error that it keeps getting redefined. So I'm assuming that it's taking the source file and compiling it for every time it occurs in a scene. So whilst I have it declared in all the C++ code events in menu, uh, it will seemingly only actually compile it once. Whereas for uh, if I have it one snippet in menu and one snippet here, it will go ahead and compile uh, it will compile uh, uh, networking.c++ and nethelper.c+, twice. And actually, I had moved my C++ code out of stage 6, which no longer exists, and out of play code, simply because it would have given me errors related to compiling. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that remains true after I've discovered the fact that it won't compile unless I have it unchecked. But as it stands, it's here, and I'm not going to go. Oh, right. It probably also won't compile because this it says void function right here, but then when you because obviously they all can't be void function, otherwise it would be redefinition. See, it says the same thing for all of them. So it actually randomly generates a name. I believe it's void GD0x, a bunch of random things, and then function. I might be incorrect on that, but it's something like that. You know what? I'm talking right now. I'm gonna pause the timer. So, uh, since it does that, uh, it won't actually run into uh, it won't run into errors with uh, redefinition. But if I go ahead and put this uh, into an external event, that it will. Uh, Simply because it runs into this same function multiple times. So whilst you see some tasks failed and thus I can't actually preview it, can I? I'm pretty sure that it will just say, hey, we can't preview this. I'm pretty sure when it gets to linking. I'll be surprised if it doesn't say some tasks failed, because it just did. Maybe I changed event technically in gdevelop size, and it's recompiling for that reason. Remember, it's important to stay hydrated. In any case, it should fail, saying, "Oh, we couldn't compile the events of the scene," which is what I have expected. But if I go ahead and do a full game compile, it will succeed. Now, I'm I'm now certain that this was the error that I was getting with multiple definitions. So the include guard that I have there is probably not necessary, which also explains why it works with a individual scene, but not with full game compile. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. All right. So actually, the problem I'm having is in menu. Uh, I've been trying to solve this issue, but it seems like I get stuck here. I get stuck on ringing, and even if I try to catch an error and literally send me to the void, uh, it just doesn't seem to want to. Uh, it doesn't seem to want to throw an error. So I'll probably be doing like after the stream. I'll probably be doing testing with this copied in every place that I can that doesn't have this as valid. I guess right here since this would return, and I don't see any returns after that, so this would be valid. Any case, right? So this is the sync stage, so I can just fold all of this. Don't need that event. Yeah, so I'm actually having to do networking code in map, which is actually the only thing that uh, gets a link to play code that actually should be expected to have networking on at least some of the time. But this also means that I have to change my code just slightly. Let's see. Network is equal to 1. Did not realize that I unmaximized that. Right. So let's see what we have. We need uh, you know what? I probably could just get all of these variables beforehand and then put them here. You know what? I'm gonna set this to 0, just so I won't have a weird value there if I don't remember to set it. D. 10 total. Okay. Okay. So now I should have everything that I need. It irks me ever so slightly that this is not lined up with this. I guess what I could do is I could move player ID to the end, but I don't think that's necessarily wise. And also, I want to make sure that I can fit 8 of these. So I should probably note that. Where's my okay, right here. I'm gonna include 4, just in case. I don't expect to see 4 actually being used this update, but you know, I guess no, that would not be reasonable to expect someone to know. But I know, or do I? No, I don't know. I guess I'm just uh proactively preparing for what I might do in the future. I guess if I fit it in here now, I won't have to worry about making space for it later. I want to get a position. This one will actually require a an event. Sprite animation paused. I'll do that. Then I have to get buttons. Okay, where are the buttons stored? All right, fair enough. I can't do. There. Now I won't actually have to pass a list of pointers. Since now I should be able to get the connection ID from a global variable, but then again, that's just for anyone who's not the host. I'll be able to get all of the variables that are of concern, and now all I need to do is assemble everything together. Which, if I remember correctly, uh, player, I want to double check that none of these are weird values. Okay, start is, but start is not communicated. Every value that I'm concerned with sending is a one or zero, so I don't have to worry about weirdness. That should work. I should establish the buffer. I'm going to double check that this, you know what, there's one thing I need to do. Uh, C++ code, because I'm going to get tired of this trying to compile all the time. Real simple. Zero buffer was not declared in the scope. Where? I'm pretty sure it was at least declared. Auto zero is what I'm looking for. Okay. So what was the number? CS player control is 0x0C. Variable to type uint32, aka unsigned int. This part, that's what I need. Objects list is not declared within the scope. That's understandable. Actually, I'm gonna move this over here. Let's see. Right, player animation, which is 8 bytes. So uint8 is what is going to be put here. Right, and we need to get what now? Uh, local char.nm for the bulk of the value. in local char play. And we want this value to be multiplied by 0x80. I'm going to surround this one in quotes, or not quotes, parentheses, just like I did this one. That way I get the preferred operation order, no matter which way they would come naturally. Because I'm kind of the guy who wants to assure that the things are happening the way I want them. So I'll use parentheses for just about everything. Okay. Then what we want to send after is the mess of getting all of this. Alright, so we have controller part 1 and controller part 2. Control part 1, control part 2. This one will get all the face buttons and the shoulder buttons. Even if you're using a keyboard, it will get the face buttons of the virtual controller. Then we want this multiplied by 2. Then we want, was it button X? Yes, button X. We want this multiplied by 4. That will be multiplied by 8. All right. I mean, that's not that that goes off the side. That's not all of what I have to do here, but I wonder, can I hold up? It's getting me valid operand uh, types of int and double. I doing something weird somewhere? All right, where is this happening? Actually, I want to pop this in here and turn on that. Okay, so in this function, which is within this source file, we are getting an error at line 56, character 77 of said line, and an error on line 60. So 56, 60. 56 and 60. Okay, so let's see. Invalid operands. Wait, hold on. Expected and uh, okay. 5677. I see. I see. It doesn't like what I do here. It's not a fan. Alright, giving me the same error. Yes. I suppose that was the wrong thing, but I think that would have been an issue after this issue. Okay, fair enough. I did forget that. Sorry, I thought I was about to sneeze. Expected and I see. It's because it doesn't put a new line after, which I argue would be uh, understandable. An understandable thing to do, but no, it doesn't do that. So expected types. Oh, right. That's this up here. All right. Control part one is not completely done. We only have four of six things, if I remember correctly. Uh, we still need x8 and x 16. Hold on. Programmer. Wait, hold on. This would be 0 or times 0x01 times 0x02 times 0x04 times 0x08. Okay, so times 0x 0x10 0x20. Did I just forget to change the get button A, get button B, 0x02, get button X, 0x04, 0x08. You know what? Since it's cutting off and that's not helpful, I'm going to try putting this on a new line. Will that work? Didn't give me an error here, so I'm assuming that it does. Okay, I think that's the first control part done, and we need to get the second control part, which is the left, right, up, and down directions. Sorry, I'm a little tired at the moment. Oh, how much time is left? Ah, I mean, I guess that's fair. It's about 30 minutes. Right, so control T2 equals int 8 T C get variables get get child. I forgot a closing quotation. There we go. Get value. Okay, yeah. So it's UD on R in that in least significant to most significant bit. You know what? You know what? It's going to bug me until the end of time unless I go ahead and do despite the fact that it should already be 0. And I should also there. It's visually consistent and also viewable from just within this. Lovely. I'm going to do the same thing here. Or at least I'm going to collapse this down a little bit. All right. For consistency here, seems correct. All right. Then we have to attach the footer and send this. Is that actually correct? It is. Then in network.h, there's send message. I'm going to copy its signature minus the return. And its CID is con ID, or rather, it's stored in there. All right, we're a third of the way done, or 2/3 of the way done, and 1/3 remaining. Right, this is all fine and dandy if you're the local player who doesn't host anything. But we need the host to actually go ahead and decide what to send to everyone. Thus, ooh, hold on. Again, it's important to stay hydrated. Right, so we should be able to accomplish charge on 4 different channels. Going to 0x03 and 0x04 plus every 0x08 should be it should be the following: player ID, and it's their position and the animation play status. I'd also have to fit that in here or make another C++ code event for that. But since I will be getting the connection ID from the player object, I won't have to worry about decoding who it was sent from by what did they decide to attach to their variables. Right? No dependency declaration. Okay. So first, we want buffer. We want to initialize it. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Char buffer. That is 500 bytes in length. We will need a set of pointers to the characters objects, or the characters group of objects. So that way we can get the variables from these objects and use them. I am sorry. I am tired. So first, I'm just going to take care of this. And what is the packet 0x0D? 0x0D for that. And wait a minute, we actually didn't do anything here. We calculated everything, but we still have to actually add them. Because I was thinking, wait, hold on, did I do offsets correctly? And then I was like, wait a minute, I didn't put anything in. Okay, but this shouldn't be too hard. So we have X position, which is at uint32. We're taking only 24 bits from that. So it would be 6 bits total. So 0x00, 0x01, and 0x02. But of course, we need to do offsets properly. And the offset is hex 32. Which is going to be the 8 highest bytes that we're going to be using. So byte 0 to 7, 8 to 15, 16 to 23. So byte 16 to 23. Which, how do I do that again? The results of oh wait, hold on. It's a shift operator. It's right here. Okay, so uh, I mm, I need a visual indication. Hopefully, this one's a little bit more easy to understand. Okay, so a equals 1, and this way is 1010. Okay, so it's the other way. That's what I want. So I want, let's see, this will shift 8 bytes out, and I need to shift 16 bytes out. To do another operation, and I'm going to cast it. This operation is to modulo it. Wait, no, I don't need that for control. I need that for xpos. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2. X position, and it is indeed signed. 0x03, 0x04, 0x05 are Y position, and it's indeed signed. Despite the fact that really that signed bit is taking up one thing of information, it doesn't really matter since the piece of information it is taking up it really should not be obtained anyways. Okay, so that's 0x00, or yeah, that's 0x0032 to 0x0037, or 0x00 to 0x05. 0x00 or 0x06 is the play status. I'm going to save this. Or it's animation status. Okay, and that is just in a single bit. Yeah, I can use that directly. And then I have control part 1 and control part 2. That should be all. I don't think I'm missing anything. Would I be missing anything? Uh, Actually, I do realize something. So I'm gonna put this to x20, just so I give myself some additional space. But also, I noticed some things that I needed to add. Ooh, 6 minutes. All right. What I gotta do here is I gotta. Actually, these need to be 16-bit numbers. The reason for that is because they go up to, I believe, 1800. Actually, this means I'm for percent wise, I have to actually I have to change up interact code to calculate the percent, and then change up the mutual code to work off of that percent. And what part of that code actually does percent? Search bar, search progress. Wasn't there something that turned it invisible or something? Oh, right here. And this is in interact.percent. This will give me a percentage, or it will give me a decimal point, which then can be multiplied by this. So interact.set is what I want. You know what? I could test this out. I could, but I'm not going to. Alright, so that allows me to start it on this. But I don't have a lot of time, so it's 0x08 and 0x09. Plus 8 would be, calculator. 3A. I'm gonna finish this up. Interact that status. All right, I need to. Oh wait, no, this is not moving. It's these that I have to consider later. But this one, this part is okay. So what was 0x08 is interact status, which is uh, Actually, knowing that, I should probably put this in here. Maybe I could actually, but this also is going to have to go in here. It's going to give me an error. Interact that percent. Probably not. But interact that set and interact that percent. All right. It's going to be it for me today. So if you're watching the stream, thank you. If you're watching later on YouTube, thank you. Thank you. Until I see you again, this is goodbye.